So, hello everybody out there who's supporting Pete. Those of you who have finally gotten access to Text for Pete, I'm going to walk you through how easy it is to use shadow messaging and all the different ways that you can utilize it, how to record your conversations, how to answer things, how to deal with things that may not be as pretty as we want them to be, and basically how to make sure above all that we are following rules of the road while we are texting. We never know down the road when somebody may think about us, so it's very important that they always think about how kind the person that texted them for Pete was. So once you get your link, you're gonna click on your link and it's gonna take you to this page. And you're gonna need to go ahead and sign in with Google. So I have a couple of Google Gmail accounts, and so I'm just going to choose the one that is associated with shadow texting. And I'm going to log in here, and I can see several things on my screen. I can see that my inbox has got some responses from the last time that I texted. When we log in, we're always going to look. We've got some public campaigns, and then the team campaign that I was available to text for is actually closed out. So as you can see, we have a lot of people texting, and this is just moving at an incredibly fast pace, which is amazing to see. But this particular one is for the Aurora Town Hall this Saturday, and we're wanting to invite people to that campaign. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to click into this. And when I do, an individual is going to pop up. I'm immediately going to be able to have my message pre-populated down here. It's going to say, hey, it's Holly from Pete Buttigieg's campaign. Pete's coming to Aurora for a town hall on Saturday. Can you join us? And then it's also got a link to where they can RSVP, so they can immediately just sign up and be registered to go to that event. So pretty simple. I'm going to hit send, and it's going to actually text that to her. Okay, and then you're just going to hit next. Next person will pop up. So you can actually do this lightning fast. As we're going along, we're just texting away here. And if you're on your phone, it's going to be the same way. It's just going to be a smaller version of this. You're going to be able to hit send, text, and at a very rapid click. So as you saw, those numbers were just spinning when we looked at the beginning. This is why, is because we have hundreds of people in here right now texting, and they're all just going through and clicking. And as we're sending along, occasionally what will happen is you're going to see your inbox will grow. And so that's when we want to go in, answer questions, deal with people who are not Pete supporters, make sure that we take them off our list, things like that. So that's the main thing that I'm going to focus on here right for you, because the actual sending of the initial text is super, super easy. What happens after that is when we go to our inbox. So we're going to go to this, and this particular person, they are a Trump supporter, and this is also not the number of the person that we were texting. So we're going to go up here in the corner and we're going to choose actions. And again, if you're on your phone, you have the same things. You have the actions. It's going to pull up the same menu I'm going to get right here. So this particular menu is going to say, you know, we're going to go through here. We looked, they're voting for Trump. So we want to record that. And we want to record that we have the wrong number. All right. So if the election was held today, who would you support in the Democratic Party? I know it's kind of funny, but Donald Trump is on here. So we're going to click that and we're going to save it. Okay. And we're going to close this out here. We're going to hit, and I just want to show you again, because if you only were just recording wrong number, you weren't recording Trump, you would go straight to here. So you can go to contact result here and say that we have a wrong number. Okay. The only time we opt out somebody if they say take my number off this list. If they say take the number off the list, we're going to opt them out. But prior to opting them out, we're going to go to canned responses. So in this particular case, this was a wrong number. So I'm going to respond to that, and I'm going to say, hey, it was a wrong number. Okay. And it just popped in there. Sorry about that. Our list sometimes populates the wrong number, and I'm going to send that. And now I've been kind, and I've let her know that. If you want to add something in, you can. A lot of times with Trump supporters, I say, thank you so much for letting me know. Have a wonderful day. It's amazing how many times I get a really kind response back from somebody who's a Trump supporter if I'm just kind to them. Even when they've been not so nice to me, often I will get a kind response back. So again, always follow rules of the road. Hypothetically though, let's say that this particular person had said, I want to volunteer. So we could go to canned responses and say, hey, you want to volunteer in Aurora? Great. So this is going to tell them to email our local organizing person and what his email address is, and he will go ahead and get them signed up to volunteer for the event. Some of the other things that we can do here, we can, you have so many different things. If they say they need ADA accommodations, okay, we can go in here and it'll tell us, hey, this is what you need to do. This is what we'll do to accommodate you. We want to make sure that you get exactly what you need. So basically, you're going to look through those campaign, the canned responses. Now, a lot of times what's going to happen is you're going to have somebody say, well, hey, I'm not supporting Pete, or, you know, I kind of like Pete, but I really kind of want to know what, you know, I just don't think he has enough experience because he's only been a mayor. Well, great. We've got a response for that so that you don't have to worry about coming up with that response for anything. I'm going to go back up here again. More on the canned responses. Let's say that they're frustrated with text and they want to be opted out. This is where we're going to hit this response before we opt them out. Because once you opt somebody out from texting, you can no longer text them. Even if they text you again, you will not be able to respond to them. The system will not let you. So it's very important that we acknowledge that, hey, we messed up, that we are not even that we messed up, but that we recognize that they do not want to be texted again. And we're going to go ahead and let them know that we are taking them off of our campaign's texting list. And that way they feel like, hey, somebody's dealing with this and I won't get text from this campaign anymore. If you did want to opt out, I'm not going to click this because the moment I click this, it's going to opt her out. Last thing, let's say, so this particular person, I don't want to keep them on my email. I'm not going to be conversing with them. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to archive this, and it's going to take them out of my queue. I could, if they were to text me again because I didn't opt this particular person out, it would pop back into my inbox, but this will archive it out of my inbox. So I hit close, and then once I go back to my lists, they're gone from that. Okay. So this particular person says, I'm not a supporter, sorry. They were very nice to me. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm looking through here. I don't see something on here. You know what? That's okay. So we're going to just go in here and I'm going to say, thanks for your time. Have a great evening. Just something kind. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to archive them. And now they're off my list and I can close and go on. If by chance you had somebody who was not so nice to you, you can go into this contact result, you can put wrong number. If they speak Spanish, they've moved, you might get somebody who says, hey, I don't live in Colorado anymore. I live in Arizona now. Go ahead and put in here that they moved. If they're hostile, if you get, you know, foul language, you don't want to respond to it, just mark them as hostile so that we know not to text them again and move on to the next one. Just archive them, get them out of your inbox, and move on. Overall, this should be fairly simple. You guys all saw my email when you moved it, when you went in there. It's hollyvotesforpete@gmail.com. You can send me a question if you have any questions whatsoever. But the easiest way to get a response when there's many of us out there who can respond to you is to go into Slack. And on our Slack channel, just go under our shadow texting channel and post your question there. Odds are there's somebody else that's run into the same situation. They they know exactly where to go to help you out. If you get a really tough text back and you just don't know what to say to it, feel free to reach out to the group for support and for options. If there's something that you just don't know the answer to, you can always refer the texter to ask.peteforamerica.com. If you don't know, what that's going to do is take them to our video library, and they can put in any topic that they want, and it will jump right to one of Pete's speeches where he's talking about that topic. It'll go right to the timestamp in there and put them in the right place, and they can hear directly from Pete what they think of what his stance is on an issue. Hopefully this helps. It was just a quick overview of shadow texting. The big thing is always check your dashboard for public campaigns, for your team campaigns. This is where you're going to find events that you can text with. Look at this. We are literally almost halfway through texting. This particular campaign has not been up long at all. It's amazing. I can remember when we would see 10,000 and it would take all day to get through because there was only a few of us texting. So this is amazing, and you're about to join an army of texters. So go have fun, spread the word about Pete, and remember to follow rules of the road.